Hey guys, it's Faith. I know it's been a really long time since I made a video last. Every time I've tried to upload a video, I've had 2 or 3 that I've wanted to upload, and every time I've tried to upload them, my internet, for some stupid reason, shuts off and deletes my videos. So I'm gonna hope that this one works. And I'm also hoping to make another video Wednesday, because I'm currently house sitting in a house that has really good internet. So, I'm hoping to be able to make another video Wednesday, because I'll be here for 10 days. Woo! I just wanted to give you guys a quick little update on where I'm at in the application process, and everything that's led up to where I am now. Okay, so the first step obviously was applying. I applied August 20th at 8:37 in the morning, and I had to go directly from applying to school to a 3-hour human anatomy and physiology class. The most boring class in the entire world, basically. And I had to try to pay attention to the teacher and not mess with my phone, which, that's impossible, because I was waiting for a very important email. And by about 9:30, I was like, oh man, I'm not even going to get the WBI this time. And at 10:51, I got the web-based interview email. Ooh! And I wanted to just get up and leave class right there, but I had my little sister with me who was taking the class with me, and she did not want to leave. So I had to wait, because right after that class I have my CNA class, which is also a 3-hour class, and it goes from noon to 4. So I had to wait until about 4:30 whenever I got home. And whenever I got home, I realized that I probably shouldn't be taking my web-based interview at a house that has such sketchy internet service. So I went to my big sister's house, and I did my web-based interview there. And so about 6:41, I actually took my web-based interview, and I thought I was doing really good, and just out of nowhere, it shuts off and is like, because at first it took a minute to load the page. I was like, oh my god, I just failed the web-based interview. And then it was like, congratulations, you have been selected as a strong candidate or whatever. And oh my gosh, I freaked out. It was crazy. I had one blip in my web-based interview. I was doing it, and then I clicked next to go to the next question, and it was just a blank screen. And I was like, oh my god, no. And I was like, crap. And so I just kind of gave up, and I refreshed the page, and it came back on, and I was like, oh hallelujah, praise the Lord. And I finished it, and it went really well. So the next step was to schedule my phone interview, and I scheduled it for the very first day phone interviews were held, which was Sunday the 24th. And I had my phone interview at 1:45 on Sunday. I don't think I've ever been so nervous for anything before in my life. I was so nervous. My family knew not to talk to me for like the entire day before and the day of. They knew not to just leave me alone. Don't talk to me. Don't say words to me. If I want to speak to you, I'll let you know. But it was, oh my gosh, I just was a mess. And so I actually had my phone interview in my closet. And my closet's pretty good size, so it wasn't like cramped or anything, and it wasn't big enough to like echo, but it was big enough for me to fit my chair and everything in there and just be comfortable and spacious and chill and max relaxing. And I sat in there from, what time did I sit in there from? Like 12:30. I got into my closet, and I sat in there until my phone interview time, because I knew that they could call before or after. And last season, my phone interviewer actually called like 30 minutes before my phone interview time. So I was like, I'm going to give her some extra space. I'm just going to go sit in my closet so I'm not rushing around the house or at Walmart or something stupid. And so I sat in there for like a really long time. I don't feel like math right now. But my phone interview, she called at, I think, like 1:35 or 1:40, which was before my phone interview time. So, I mean, whatever. But her name was Christy, and she was so amazing. I was a huge nervous wreck, and she just put my nerves at ease so quickly. Like, oh my gosh, I want to be friends with her. But I had her laughing the whole time. At the very end, she's like, so do you have any questions for me? And I said, you know, the generic, but I genuinely wanted to know, because the whole interview we kind of were like, me too, that kind of thing. And so I was like, so how did you get, you know, where you are now in the Disney company? She was like, well, actually, you know, I started as a CP and just went on, and she was like, and I networked, and I eventually got up to recruiting, which is where I wanted to be. And I was like, oh my gosh, because I was like, I told her, I was like, you know, it's amazing to hear that actually happened, because that is my dream. I know that the Disney College program is an excellent way to get your foot in the door, and it's also an excellent way to start networking in the company. You have to start at the bottom, you have to start somewhere, and you can move your way up in the company. And, you know, I asked her, I said, how long did it take you to get from a CP to recruiting? And she was like, well, it took me about 5 years, but only because I didn't know at the time that I actually wanted to be in recruiting. It wasn't until like 2 or 3 years in that I realized that, you know, I really want to be in recruiting, because she said, you know, I was like concierge and guest services and all that kind of stuff, and before I actually realized that I wanted to be in casting. So, I was just like, that's so amazing, because my interview, she's like, and you know, why do you want to do the Disney College program again? And I was just honest with her. I was like, my first program, I kind of messed around because I was 18 and I was away from home for the first time, and I didn't really grasp what this internship actually means and how this can actually help me get a career, not a job, but a career. And she was like, that's very wise of you. And I was like, you know, and I'm hoping. She's like, so what are you going to do differently this time around? I said, well, you know, I'm going to do a lot more networking. My first program, I don't think I networked at all, and so this time I'm going to be getting extra shifts in places that I don't normally work at, so I can network with the managers and coordinators and everything, and just get my name out there. And she was like, okay, and what are your career goals, you know? How is the Disney College program going to help you? And I said, well, right now I am majoring in nursing, because my college actually doesn't have a hospitality major, and that's what I wanted my major to be. And getting in with the Disney College program, I have the opportunity to work in a hospitality role, and I just think that would be so amazing. And I just went on and on about how it's going to help me find a career and not a job, because there is such a huge difference in a job and a career. A job is something you have, a career is something you love. And I really emphasized that I would be doing a lot more networking, and just treat it more as an internship than just a time to go and play at Disney World for 6 months. She said, you know, that not a whole lot of people who are applying really understand that whenever, you know, we ask what are you hoping to get from this? Like, well, I just really love Disney World and everything about the magic and everything, and I'm hoping just to have a good time, and it's going to be a great college experience. And she was like, and it's very rare that we actually have people looking for a career through the Disney College program, and I think that that's really going to help you. And so at this point I was like almost crying, but so we had so much in common. And after she said, so do you have any more questions for me? And I was like, well, I just want to end this phone interview on a laugh. So I was like, so which do you think came first, the chicken or the egg? And she laughed for a good 30 seconds. Like, I had it recorded, but it didn't save. I recorded my entire phone interview, but it didn't save. So, plus I guess I could get in trouble for that. So, I wasn't going to post it anywhere. I just had it for my own, just to see how I did actually. But it didn't save, so bummer. But for a good 30 seconds, she laughed. She was like, you have no idea how funny that is. I just talked to somebody about this in the office, and we had a debate about this. And I was like, oh my gosh, that's great. And I think, I can't remember, I think she said the chicken came first. So I was like, yeah. She was like, because I'm a Christian and I believe in creation. So I believe that the chicken came first because chicken came first, so I could have the egg. I don't know. But it was so amazing. We had so much in common. We laughed so hard, so many times throughout the interview. I just think it went so well. I made sure I really, really thanked her, and I used her name throughout the whole phone interview. And I really think I did good. So we hung up, and I was like, oh my gosh, I have to get out of this closet, because I've been in there for like an hour. And I got out of my closet. I was like, my phone interview lasted like 27 minutes, so it was crazy. It was literally almost an hour, because if I got in there at 12:30, wait a minute, it was like an hour and a half. So I was in there for like an hour and a half. But it went so well. I had my Mickey ears on and my name tag for my first program, just for luck. And it was such an amazing experience, and I love that how they've changed it in different ways. They make it more personal than before, and I really do understand why they've changed it to where they do. Which roles do you think you're most qualified for? Instead of what are your top 3 to 5 roles. And I understand, I see why they did that, because it makes sense if you're looking for a career in your degree field, your major field. So I can see why they did that, but also there's like, what if I want to do something that I haven't done before? Like, I think that's part of moving forward, is doing things that you haven't done before. So there's ups and downs to that, but they've also done away with the you could hear back within 2 to 3 weeks. It's now just most of our acceptance emails and everything like that will be sent out by mid to late October. And if you don't hear back by then, you could hear back by November 17th. And actually, my phone just dinged because I have an email, so I'm going to go check that real quick. Let's see. Deb's Shops. Oh. But, so basically they've changed quite a bit. I'm in my 7th week of waiting. I got pinned the night after my phone interview. So I got pinned on the 25th, which was sucky, but I am an RR, so I was expecting it. But I'm really hopeful this time. I think I really, really did good in my phone interview, and I just really positive about this. I think I'm gonna get pretty far, hopefully accepted. If not, I always have next semester, but after next semester I'm actually done with college, so I'm hoping to get in either this semester or next. Hopefully this semester. I do plan on staying in Florida after my program. I hope to go full-time with Disney, obviously, if I want a career there. And if I don't get accepted either both this semester and next semester, I'm just going to continue working and save up money and just get myself down there that way and hopefully get a full-time job at Disney doing something. And honestly, I don't even care where, but you have to start somewhere. Everyone starts somewhere, and you can always move up from there. Disney is a Fortune 500 company, a world-renowned Fortune 500 company. I mean, there's always opportunity to move up. So, I think that's a great company to have a career with, and I'm really hoping that this is my time to shine. Again, I'm really sorry for not posting videos, but I'm hoping to have another one up Wednesday. Not sure what it's going to be about, but, I mean, I'll find something. But thank you guys, those of you who are still watching, who still watch my videos. Thank you guys so much. You guys have no idea what this means to me. You guys are such an amazing, great support system. And also, if you haven't joined the Facebook group and you are applying for Spring Advantage 2015, I really recommend that you do that. There are such amazing people on there, and it's people who are going through the same things as you, and it's a lot easier to talk to them than it is your family, because they actually know what you're going through. And your friends back at home, you can tell them until you're blue in the face everything that's going on, but they'll never really understand, like, the people who are actually going through it too. So I really, really, really recommend joining the group. Just go to Facebook, and in the search bar on the top, type in Disney College Program Spring Advantage 2015. There are 2 groups. I recommend joining both of them. Double the fun. As with every group, there's amazing people, and then there's a few duds. Please don't get down because of the duds. We all hope Disney is watching those groups and sees the people who genuinely want a career at Disney, and then that can separate that from the people who want to have a 6-month spring break. So, I really recommend doing that, and thank you guys so much for your continued support. You mean the absolute world to me, and I hope to see you guys again Wednesday. Have a magical day, guys.